For British Columbia, the 1980s saw extreme highs and volatile lows. While events like Expo 86 promoted BC on a global stage, the 1980s were also marked by recession and some of the most severe public service cuts and labor unrest in the province's history. Join us as we explore the 1980s, a decade that would test the stability of the local government system in British Columbia. The recession of the 1980s was the most significant economic downturn since the Great Depression. A global recession reduced demand for BC's natural resources. As exports dropped and mines closed, many resource-based communities were decimated. New investments were shelved, and local governments, many of which had expanded their services in the 1970s, were now in great financial difficulty. While the provincial and federal governments responded to the Great Depression with increased spending, these governments embraced austerity in the 1980s.
And those were some pretty trying times. Obviously, I know people that lost their homes. Some people, including myself, did seek employment elsewhere and actually moved to keep bread and butter on the table.
Under the Bennett government's Public Sector Restraint Act of 1983, wages were frozen and local governments were required to limit all increases in spending to 5%.
I think it was about 1981 or 82 when the big recession hit. I know I was carrying a mortgage of about 22%. In any event, it really impacted the municipality. We went to our employees and bless them, they were prepared to trade job security for a freeze in compensation.
Unions were targeted by austerity measures, leading to the largest labor protests in the history of the province. This culminated in 1987, when a general strike saw more than 250,000 workers, including many local government workers, walk off their jobs in protest. Against this tumultuous backdrop, the LGMA worked to increase its professional standing and support its members in a difficult time. To help with the creation of professional standards for local government managers, the LGMA adopted its first code of ethics in 1980 and incorporated as a non-profit association. The LGMA also created its first official logo and launched a news bulletin called Chapter 290. By 1985, the LGMA had its first full-time employee based in Victoria, Sandra Allen, who held the title Administrative Education Officer. By 1988, the association welcomed its first executive director, Lillian Whittier, now known as Catherine Woodward. The LGMA's education programs grew significantly in this decade, and in 1983, the first Municipal Administration Training Institute, what is known today as MATI, was held in Victoria. Since then, more than 3,000 BC local government professionals have taken a MATI program.
I've been through 6 years of university, but I would have to say the MATI programs were, I would say, a cut above any other education that I had received.
In 1989, a new organization joined the BC local government system as the Government Finance Officers Association, or GFOA, was founded to offer training and support for the financial sustainability of local governments. While the local government system was strained during the 1980s, this decade shows how resilient this system truly is. Despite funding cuts, recession, and labor unrest, the local government system found new ways to grow and deliver creative solutions to support British Columbians. Join us in our next episode, 1989 to 1999, Building an Interconnected System, as we explore how local governments embrace the dawning of the information age.